Who am I to say we? On contrary to Stuart Hall, I'm uneducated, and I cannot speak on behalf of Jamaicans, as I know as little about being Jamaican as I do about being English. Growing up as a queer mixed-race man in Britain, there is a lingering unfulfillment. The more I could adapt, the more I'd be accepted. However, the more I adapt, the further I stray away from my Jamaican culture. Stuart Hall raises the question, can you live without an origin? Coming from multiple origins is beautiful. When your backgrounds are so dispersed and your skin dictates your position in the world, how does one feel welcome, particularly in Britain? The idea of belonging and assimilation is universal. People of all races and nationalities strive for belonging, but for those who are non-British, this can feel like an over-optimistic dream. John W. Barry suggests a theory of acculturation, and this theory's success can be tracked through history. From the 50s and 60s, we saw those from the West Indies trying to assimilate. Through the methods of patriotism during and after World War II, they wanted to be British. However, when it got to the 70s, and after Enoch Powell's River of Blood speech, it was clear that we were not wanted here. How are those from minority cultures expected to adapt to the majority environment that surrounds them? And does integration truly lead to happiness? The questions of whether discrimination and trauma from my grandmother is something that can be tracked across generations through psychological studies, and this really intrigues me. I'd say artists such as Marie Smith and Ingrid Pollard, as well as writers such as John W. Barry, Aiki Asheva Smith, and Stuart Hall, have all contributed into my case study. Has Britain built a culture that imbues feelings of otherness into our DNA?
Oh, when did my mom come? 1960. 1960, yeah. 1959, 60 she came. And, she came and got a job in Buckingham Palace. We came here in 1964. Yeah, so she must have come in 59. We came in 64. And personally for me, my sister, it's two of us, my sister and I, personally for me, it's one of the worst things in my life, that period coming, leaving as a child coming here. It was horrible. To me, coming here, I lost my freedom because I just couldn't go out and play and go out down the river, go out and pick fruits and do all the things that I usually do. Mm-hmm. That was awful. School was even worse. As not just me, as black kids, we were treated really badly. Mm-hmm. Really, really badly. We weren't afforded the same rights as the white children. Mm-hmm. Because they think we were dumb and stupid, and why do they want to come here? Why do we have to put up with them here? And I think my life was better in Jamaica than it was here. But that's not the point. I always remember I come here, they put me two years below where I should do.
Yeah.
Okay? Because they thought I was stupid.
Yeah.
And I didn't. That ruined my education because I wasn't interested anymore. Wasn't in it. I got naughty, have to admit to that one. Mm-hmm. And I just realized later in life that's why. It's the way they treated black mothers mm-hmm. at the time, because, their idea, as I said before, you come here, you want this care, you want that care, and then if you're in Jamaica, you stoop in the field and give birth while you're making all this fuss.
Yeah.
And that's what's their thing. I'm moving on from that it's like, I was fed up of fighting, and I'm always fighting. Mm-hmm. Whether fisticuff or mouth, I was always fighting. Because I had 4 children, and I decided they weren't going to be treated the way I was. Mm-hmm. I remember I had a mob. I used to live in a a flat, a ground floor flat, really nice place. And the window is same as where Marie window is, with a walkway at the side. And I remember Jevon and Marie was in the bath. And the bath was there, the walkway was there, and the whole thing that was worst day of my life. Oh, lots of worst day of my life, so I keep saying. And they put rock through the window. The glass window, my baby's in the bath. I got arrested because I chased them down the road. I'd hurt them badly, even though I was a woman and there's three boys.
Yeah.
And I just went absolutely crazy, but they could have hurt my babies.
Yeah, but I think it'll take like, I don't even know what that would take. 'Cause I think no matter like, I think no matter how long like any black person stays in Britain, you'll always be kind of have that kind of subconscious thing that it's like, oh yeah, I feel a bit like a visitor here. Do you know what I mean? I feel, and it's like, and even I would walk around, like when we moved to High Wycombe from Slough, just 30 minutes away. Me and Elliot walked down the street, and then he was like, "Orphans gonna be weird," and I was like, "Oh shit!" And it's like, I remember I didn't like going on walks really with Shameless around High Wycombe because I would always just be like, "Why the fuck is everyone looking at me? Can you leave me alone? Like, just give me a second. It's like, stop looking at me."
Yeah.
So I live down the road. It's like, yeah.
School was the same with my children. Everything was because they're black.
Yeah.
They didn't understand, they're stupid, and all this sort of thing. And I remember my husband saying to me that when they're a certain age, we need to join everything. We need to show these people that we haven't got a tail. The reason why he said that, he used to live in Peckham.
Yeah.
And he asked direction one day for a bus. And the woman just looked at him and screamed. She just screamed and ran,
Yeah.
you know. But they always believed we had tails. So when I went to Red Hill to live, my husband said, right, the only thing we can do is to join everything and make people realize that we are normal. I don't know what that means. But he joined the Labour Party, I joined the Scouts, I went on the school PT and things like that. They're still very wary of you.
Yeah.
But that's the only way I found as to integrate into the community.
Yeah.
Because it was really funny, because all our friends live in London, and they used to get the train to Red Hill, and I always remember our best friend Winnie and Dave lost their address. They came up to Red Hill, because then you didn't have a phone like you do now.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah. And they said to the taxi driver, we need to find June and Stan. And they're a black couple, they don't live far from here. Oh, we know where they live. You don't know your name, but because you're the only black... I think there's another couple, Norma and Terence, with the other two black people, black family, that lived in Red Hill at the time. It was really weird.
Yeah.
Really weird. And you saw people painting stuff on your front door with dog shit and throwing things. Oh yes, it was horrendous. It was horrendous. And so the taxi driver would know exactly where to come. They don't need an address. They don't need a name.
Yeah.
You know, they know exactly where to come. You know, so all that. I find it funny to think about it now. Like I said, I'm always fighting for the children, fighting for this, fighting for that, because authorities did not treat my family very well.
Yeah.
They did not treat my family well, but I had to be hard, and I had to fight, and I wasn't going to let go.
to ask me to tell this story again because I remember she was, and this is like weird that like one of my first experiences with racing was probably like as a baby with my mum. I remember she told me that like she was like walking through like a Boots or something, probably like my mum with like vest off, whatever, like when she was like when I was like a baby in a carriage, and I think people assumed she said people were assuming that she was a single mum because she had a mixed race baby.
You see,
And it's just even just having a mixed race baby, suddenly a white person even has prejudice, like, you know what I mean, there's like a prejudice behind me as a baby. I'm like, do you know what I mean? So you carry something with you that is just immediately you're a target to.
Oh, you're always going to be a target. I don't know if we'll ever get over that, to be honestly. That's why I changed Tyrese's name, because Tyrese was Tyrese Thomas, and he by default changed it, but now Tyrese is Tyrese Gilzene hyphen Thomas. But then, because when you, like, even as a travel agent, when I was a travel agent, when they have the different name, single parent, because they'll see me with Gilzene and my kids with Thomas. I didn't want that, so we all have the same name, so I didn't want the stigma of me being a single mother all over the paperwork, so I wanted them to see that we all have the same names. That's why they're Gilzene and Thomas. So, but why do you have to go through all that? Exactly, If more so, for me, I don't care, but for the kids not to be pushed behind just because of the stigma. Coming here, I keep thinking it's bad, but it's not bad. It works out for me in the sense you'd wake up in the morning and you'd find dog shit over your door.
Yeah.
You know, you clean it up, you just ignore them. You know, and they were really nasty set of people. I find the whole experience, and people think I forget about it, but I haven't forgotten about it.
Yeah.
I haven't forgotten about it. I can't make it rule my life. If you ask me about my trust in people, white people I should say, I don't think I really trusted anybody, to be honest. I can't. It's not just white. I just thinking I find it very difficult to trust people. And as a mother, that's what you need. You need your kids to be happy and settled. And I never been happy as a child. Never been happy for a long time, even growing up, because I think the world of black and white didn't afford me that. To say that I was happy is a lie. I was contented.
Okay.
Contented with my life, and because I couldn't see anything more.
Right.
You know, if I could see, but what I did see, what I did get, not see, what I did get, is like I fought for my children and the improvement they made. Oh, you do get wary. You do feel wary.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like to have to second guess my friends.
Yeah.
I hate that. But sometimes the cogs are going and thinking, oh, you remember that, or you remember this.
Yeah.
And it's quite irrelevant, but you can't not.
You can't shake.
Yeah, you can't shake them off, you know. So yeah, it's very so yeah. It's a funny life. It's a funny life. Talk to Marie and tell her how she feels at school.
Yeah.
Marie?